Hello and welcome back to another video here on my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Sim, and if you're watching this video, I'm assuming that you are looking for a way to move from South Africa to the UK. And in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down all the visa options that are available to South Africans to do exactly that. I grew up in South Africa and I've always wanted to move to the UK. It's always been my dream. And then in 2019, I was finally able to do it. So I've been in the UK for almost 2 years now, and I've been making these YouTube videos to share my journey and any tips I have for making the move. And a question that I get asked quite a lot on my channel from you guys watching is what visa option you can apply for from South Africa to actually move to the UK and live here. And the answer is totally going to depend on your specific situation. So that's why I'm going to make this video to break down all the options. I'll share what the requirements are for each visa, how long you can stay in the UK with that visa, if you can extend it once it expires, what the costs are, and also how long the application process takes. There are actually 9 different visa options for South Africans. Some are definitely more achievable than others, so I'll start with the more common ones. I also want to mention that for your visa application, there will be forms that you need to complete, documents that you need to submit to prove specific things. So in the description, I'm going to add a link to each visa option so that you can see which forms you need to complete and all the documents that you need to submit with your application. The first visa option is the family visa. I decided to start with this one. This is the visa that I have, so I'm most familiar with this one. So you can apply for a family visa if your long-term partner or your spouse is a British citizen, so that person has a British passport, or if you have a child that needs to come over to the UK, or there's also an option for an elderly person that needs to come over so that a relative can take care of them. I've actually already made a video where I go more into detail about the spousal visa process and everything that you need to know about applying for that visa. So if this is the option you want to go for, I would definitely recommend checking that out on my channel as well. With the spousal visa, you can stay in the UK for 2 years and 9 months, with the only exception being if you are an elderly person. The amount of time that you are allowed to stay in the UK will then depend on the person that's caring for you and how long they have the right to stay here. You can also extend your family visa with another 2 years and 6 months, and then after that period you can apply for indefinite leave to remain in the UK. The cost of a family visa for a spouse, partner or child is £1,523, and on top of that you will also have to pay an additional amount for healthcare, and if you're a person that's being cared for, the visa will be £3,250. Once you've submitted your application, it will take 12 weeks to get a decision. The second visa option is the Ancestry Visa. To qualify for this visa, you need to prove that your grandparents were born in either the UK, the Channel Islands, or the Isle of Man. You also need to be a citizen of a Commonwealth country, which South Africa is, so that's fine. This visa is valid for 5 years, and once it expires, you can then apply for indefinite leave to remain in the UK. The Ancestry Visa costs £516, and then you will also have to pay for the healthcare on top of that. And once you've made your application, it will take 3 weeks to get an answer back. The first 2 visa options only really work if you have any family connection to the UK. So what do you do if you don't have that? Well, you have 7 other options here. One of these options is to apply for a student visa. You qualify for a student visa if you are over 16 and if you have proof that you have been offered a spot in a course from a licensed student sponsor. There are therefore only specific institutions that you can use to get a student visa. So make sure you check if the institution that you're applying to is on the student sponsor list. You also need to be able to prove that you have enough money to support yourself and pay for the course. So what can help with this is to look for scholarships. You also need to prove that you are proficient in English, and if you are still 16 or 17, you will need consent from your parents. The time that you are allowed to be in the UK with your student visa will depend on the duration of your course. Usually if you are doing a degree, your student visa will be valid for 5 years, or if the qualification is below degree level, you will have 2 years. Once your first student visa expires, you can extend it if you need more time to finish your course, or if you may be thinking of starting a new course. If you completed a degree, there's also an option to apply for a graduate visa. So that will allow you to stay in the UK for another 2 years if you just did a normal degree, or if you did a PhD, you will be allowed to stay for another 3 years. The cost of the student visa is £348, and it will take 3 weeks to get an answer back after you've made your application. If studying is not for you and you actually want to start working in the UK, there's also the option of applying for a skilled worker visa. To qualify for the skilled worker visa, there are different options that you can look into. The first option is to get a job offer from a UK employer that's allowed to offer sponsorships to overseas workers, and your job will also need to be on the list of eligible occupations. Another option is to get a position as a healthcare professional or an adult care professional for the public sector. So it will specifically have to be a position with the NHS or an NHS supplier, which is the public healthcare here in the UK. You can also qualify for a skilled worker visa if your company is moving you from the South African branch to the UK branch. Also, if you've been offered a job at a religious institute that's allowed to offer sponsorships. And then the last option is being a professional sports person or coach. So those are all the options you have for a skilled worker visa. The duration of your visa is also going to differ depending on which option you go for. So with the first option of having a job offer on the eligible occupation list, which is basically a skilled job, for that specific option, your visa will be valid for 5 years. Also, if you go with the healthcare or adult care option, that will also then be valid for 5 years, and then afterwards you will be allowed to apply for indefinite leave to remain in the UK. If you are moving within a company to the UK branch, the duration of your visa is going to depend on the contract that you have with the company. For a religious position, your visa will be valid for 3 years and 1 month, and then you will be able to extend it if it expires. And if you are using the option of being a sports professional, it will be valid for 3 years, and then you will be allowed to extend it for another 3 years. Some of the skilled worker visa options also differ in cost. So starting with the skilled job, which was the first option we covered, that's going to be between £610 to £1,408. So the specific cost will depend on the position that you've been offered here in the UK. As a healthcare or adult care worker, you will be able to choose between applying for a 3-year visa. This will cost £232. Or if you want to remain in the UK for over 3 years, it's going to cost £464. If you are transferring with a company, it's going to be similar to the skilled job offer, where it's between £610 to £1,408, depending on your actual job and position. And then finally, for the religious or sports person option, it will be £610. So say you are not ready to permanently move over to the UK, you just want to test out the waters, then you can maybe go for a temporary work visa. This visa is available for positions in different industries, including sports, creative, charity, research and training, and religious. The duration of your visa will depend on which industry your job is in. So if you have a job in the sports, creative, or charity industry, it will be valid for 12 months. If your job is in training and research, it will be valid for 12 to 24 months, depending on the specific course that you're busy with. And if it's a position in the religious industry, it will be valid for 24 months. All temporary work visas are £244, and it will also take 3 weeks to get a decision back after you've made your application. If you have an idea for a new company that you want to start here in the UK, you can also go for a startup visa. To qualify for this, you will need to prove that the idea for your business is completely unique and that there's nothing else like it in the UK market already. Your visa will be valid for 2 years, and then after that you can extend it by applying for an Innovator Visa, which we will cover next. Cost for your startup visa will be £363, and it will take 3 weeks to get an answer back after you've made your application. I just mentioned the Innovator Visa, so this is the next one we are going to go through. To qualify for this visa, you need to be running an innovative business here in the UK that's being endorsed by a UK body. You will be allowed to stay in the UK for 3 years, and after it expires, you can extend it for another 3 years, and there's no limit on the amount of times that you can extend it. After a specific period, you will also be able to apply for settlement in the UK. The cost of the Innovator Visa is £1,021, and again, it will take 3 weeks to get your decision back after you've made your application. If you are an expert in your field, or you've been blessed with immense talent in a specific industry, you could also apply for the Global Talent Visa. To qualify for this visa, you need to be a leader in either the arts and culture industry, academics or research, or digital technology. And with this specific visa, you also need to apply for an endorsement so that you can prove that you are a leader in your industry. Or there is also a list of awards, and if you have won any of those awards, that can qualify as your endorsement instead. With the Global Talent Visa, you will be allowed to stay in the UK for 5 years, and then afterwards you can either extend it for another 1 to 5 years, or you can apply for indefinite leave to remain. With the cost of the visa, it is split into 2 sections. First, as I mentioned, you will need to apply for an endorsement from the UK. So that will be £456 for that application. Once you've received your endorsement, you can then continue to apply for your visa, which is going to cost £152. If you ever have some of the awards that are on the list, then you unfortunately don't get a discount. You still need to pay £608 for the visa. To get a decision on your visa will take 3 weeks, but remember that there will be that period beforehand where you have to wait for your endorsement first. We have made it to the last visa option, which is the Investor Visa. To qualify for this, you need to have £2 million that you can invest in the UK. As I said, some of these visa options are more achievable than others, but it's still an option, so I included it on the list. With this visa, you will be allowed to stay in the UK for 3 years and 4 months, and then afterwards you will be allowed to extend it for another 2 years. The cost of the visa is £1,623, and it will take 3 weeks to get your answer back after you've made your application. And those are all the visa options that are available to South Africans to come live here in the UK. I'm genuinely curious, so let me know in the comments which visa option are you looking into? Which one do you think is going to work best for you to move over to the UK? I hope this video helped anyone that was looking into this, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments and I'll try my best to help. If this video was informative and you enjoyed it, please remember to give it a thumbs up down below just to help support my channel. I really appreciate that. And also remember to subscribe for more tips on living here in the UK, moving to the UK. Thank you so much for watching, and then I'll see you in my next video.